A very good day to you. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. It's Wednesday, September 27th. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run. Orange County Executive Stephen Newhouse last night presented his proposed 2024 county budget to the Association of Towns, Villages, and Cities meeting in Port Jervis. He said the proposed county tax rate is $2.34, which is lower than it was both last year and in 2014 when he took office. It remains the lowest tax rate in Orange County since the 1960s, he said. Despite the hundreds of millions of dollars in unfunded mandates created by state legislators, the county budget once again lowers county property tax rates, meeting these mandates, Newhouse said. His pending plan will now go to the county legislature for its review and potential modifications. State police have identified the driver of the charter bus that crashed on Interstate 84 in Slade Hill last Thursday, killing two women, as a 59-year-old Center Reach woman. Linda Schaefer was behind the wheel when a tire blew and the coach bus careened 50 feet down an embankment. 40 high school students from Farmingdale were on the bus en route to a band camp in Pennsylvania. Police also said the 5 students who were listed in critical condition are all recovering and downgraded to less critical care. 2 women killed in the crash were previously identified as 77-year-old Beatrice Ferrari of Farmingdale and 43-year-old Gina Pelletier of Massapequa. Commercial passenger service has seen its ups and downs since it began at New York Stewart International Airport in April 1990. At one point during its early days, it had flights by American, Delta, U.S. Air, and later added Midway, JetBlue, AirTran, Norwegian Air, and Frontier. All that remains is Allegiant Air to Florida and seasonally to Myrtle Beach, and Play Air to Iceland with connections to mainland Europe. Stewart Development Director Yale Shuren told the Stewart Airport Commission on Tuesday they continue to market the facility to the airline industry in an effort to serve more cities.
We feel pretty good about getting another domestic carrier in here by next year and 1 to 2 international carriers next year.
Atlantic Air recently ran a very short schedule to the Faroe Islands, and Sirhan says it's expected they will return next spring. At least one airline has expressed interest in operating flights to the Caribbean. Fire burned for hours in a clothing manufacturing business on Harris Road in Ferndale on Tuesday. The blaze of unknown origin burned through the roof and exterior walls as volunteer firefighters from Liberty and neighboring departments battled the 3-alarm fire. Firefighters fought the blaze from the ground and from aerial ladders raised high above the fire. There were no reports of injuries. The State Public Service Commission has set October 18th at 6 p.m. in Kingston for the in-person public hearing on Fortis Central Hudson's proposed electricity and natural gas rate hikes. The session, which is in addition to virtual hearings, will be conducted at the Restorative Justice and Community Empowerment Center at 733 Broadway in Kingston. UCAT will provide a shuttle service to and from the Hannaford Shopping Plaza for additional parking. If approved as proposed or modified by the PSC, the rate hikes would take effect in June 2024. More news right after this.
Find over 100 retailers allowing you to spend hours shopping safely at the Galleria at Crystal Run. Enjoy the big brands and the diverse selection of family-owned stores all in one location. The Galleria at Crystal Run offers dining options for everyone with Fuji 110 Grill, Allen's Mediterranean Grill, and Peru Cuisine. Discover the Mid-Hudson Valley's premier shopping, dining, and entertainment destination, the Galleria at Crystal Run. For more information, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit GalleriaCrystalRun.com.
Ulster County Controller March Gallagher has released the 2023 second quarter financial report, and she advises county officials to be cautious in their financial spending going forward. Due to the lag in the closure of the 2022 financials and unrecorded transactions for the 2023 year within the county's financial system. The numbers released in the report are tentative and may differ materially from actual numbers. Gallagher recommends the county take a vigilant approach during the budget process for fiscal year 2024.
We definitely need to remain cautious because we just don't know our true picture for the end of 2022. And our year-to-date numbers for 2023 are also not correct because they don't have all the financial transactions in there yet.
Gallagher cites the example of the items that impact the 2023 actual data became apparent upon review of the activity posted to the ARPA liability account. The review showed that only one entry had been made to the liability account to recognize federal aid revenue for 2023, totaling a little more than $13,000. Mayor Stephen Noble has announced the next round of ARPA Community Grant Program awards for the total of $39,750 across community groups and organizations in Kingston. The eighth round of ARPA Community Event Grant Program funding was awarded to Stockade Fair, $5,000, for the Uptown Street Fair on North Front Street and Washington Street on Saturday, September 30th. Theater on the Road, $5,000 for Living History Cemetery tours at Old Dutch Church every Saturday in October. O Positive, $15,000 for a youth-led mural tour. O Positive Cycling and O Positive Wellness Expo for the O Positive Festival, October 6th through the 8th. Art Society of Kingston, $4,750 for the Native American Heritage Arts Festival on October 7th through the 8th. The Ulster County Italian American Foundation, $5,000 for the Italian American Festival on October 8th. The Burning of Kingston, $5,000 for various events across the weekend of October 13th through the 15th. The Ulster County Sheriff's Office has arrested a Saugerties man on charges related to a domestic dispute. 44-year-old Duquan Hicks was arrested just before noon on September 25th and charged with aggravated criminal contempt, assault, endangering the welfare of a child, and resisting arrest. Police investigated at a Route 32 address in Saugerties and alleged that Hicks was involved in a physical dispute with a victim, causing physical injury to her. The crime occurred in the presence of a child, and while there was an active order of protection in effect protecting the victim, Hicks was arraigned and remanded to the Ulster County Jail in lieu of $10,000 cash bail, $20,000 secured bond, or $40,000 partially secured bond. An Ellenville man was indicted by an Ulster County grand jury on Tuesday for attempted murder, assault, and strangulation in connection with a domestic incident in the village of Ellenville on September 20th. 35-year-old Jordan Cutler is alleged to have choked his mother, then cut her neck with a kitchen knife. When Ellenville police arrived, he told them, "I tried to kill my mother." Cutler was arraigned and remanded to the Ulster County Jail without bail, pending a future court appearance. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run.